In this video, I want to tell you about the channel Mr. Cup. Mr. Cup is on the biggest mission ever known to humankind. This is a mission that will change the landscape for all people forever. It is a challenge that will be forthcoming, and it will present a whole new perspective. You will note the structure of the word whole. This is deliberate and purposeful, and it is done so for a very good reason. A reason that lies at the very fundamental core of existence, and a reason that explains the underlying principle of all humankind. All this will be revealed in subsequent videos. Right now, I want to tell you about Mr. Cup and this YouTube channel. I will tell you more about who I am, why I have started this channel, what are my goals, what are my key important values, and what is to come on this channel. More importantly, I will outline the huge benefits that you will get when you subscribe to this channel. Do you want answers to the big questions out there that remain unanswered? The real big ones like, who are we? What are we doing here in this existence? What is the answer to life, the universe and everything? Yes? Right. Let's get on with it. In the 1990s hit single Nothing Ever Happens, an all-time favourite of mine, the lead singer Del Amitri tells us that telephone exchanges clicked while there's nobody there. The Martians could land in the car park and no one would care. I am Mr. Cup, and whilst I might agree with Del Amitri in all that has gone on before, my objective is to change this in everything that I can now make happen. My name is Gregory Hayward. This is a very important name, as you will come to see. I've been around on this planet for some years now, and I've got a pretty good handle on the existence of human life. For me, I have learned very little from my successes, and I've had one or two. More importantly, I've learned everything from my failures, trepidations and adversity. In 2004, following a fairly tepid career with B&Q, I started out on a new venture to conquer and sort out the UK housing market. What a mess! A market that lets consumers down at every hurdle and is not fit for purpose. However, in the end, nor was I. By 2007, I had built an empire worth $320 million. Within 2 years, with the onset of the financial crisis, now known as the credit crunch, I had lost everything. This included all my wealth and, more importantly, my home and my family. That time was highly traumatic, and during the demise I would have been safer in jail. People are very unforgiving when money is owed to them, and when there is so little available, the challenges become greater. I speak mildly. However, arising from the mess, I channeled all my energy into finding answers. How had this happened? Why? What is this thing called life? The harder I looked, the further I went, and I did not stop until I had the answers. All of them. One of the major learnings was the extent to which our lives are riddled with oppression and concern. I needed to find out why this was the case and what caused it. I found that people and our social structures manufacture so much of the oppression in our lives. Take the history of the imposition of the British Empire across the globe as a prime example. However, don't be fooled. There is something much more fundamental and deep-rooted, something that is at the very core of existence itself. Identifying this helps to begin to solve the problem for all of us, but it needs so much more. I know that I can solve this. Mr. Cup has landed in the car park. He does care, and now it is time to share. Forgive the ride. The key objective is to build a public channel via YouTube that will challenge most, if not all, of modern day thinking. It is time to share everything that I have learned, and also the source from which I have learned most, if not all of it. What you will see on this channel has been 15 years in the making. I promise that you will not be disappointed. This is a huge ask, and my ultimate aim is to reset the human compass and provide a whole new perspective for humankind. Whilst the information can be provided in a relatively short period of time, the assimilation process for people will take 1,000 years. The challenges are immense. Today, man has too many unanswered questions. For many of us, this does not matter. Many people do not need to have a reason or reasons for life and living. However, for me, I see a different world. I see too many problems, too much crisis, concern, catastrophe, trauma, upset, and tragedy. And I've been there, and I know how it feels. It is time for change. It is time for a significant shift in humankind. an extensive period of change and assimilation, a period I call the 1,000 Years' War. As I mentioned, my mission is the biggest ever known to humankind, and the challenge is immense. To deliver this, I recognise that the mental structure necessary to deliver this objective must be courageous and bold, whilst remaining balanced and objective. Hence, with this in mind, these are the key values that I identify. The human compass needs to be reset. The main reason that we do not have answers to key questions is because the fundamental understanding of our existence is wrong. This means that our knowledge, science, religion, art, etc. need to be revisited and realigned. Commonology is the new knowledge base for humankind that will replace all that we currently have and we know. Commonology will provide answers and be incisive. It will search for and determine truth. The challenge to human thinking is inevitable. We are at war, a transition that will take 1,000 years. There will be damage. The need to be brave is inherent. Modern human thinking needs to be revisited, and much of it is corrupt, inherently corrupt, because it falls foul to the fundamental principles of existence that remain undetected. Hence, the corruption is not of criminal intent. Therefore, be a criminal of intelligence and not an intelligent criminal. And lastly, big God. This is big stuff. Be big. You get answers, a lot of answers, and answers to the really big questions. I will show you that most of human knowledge works on a level, but beyond this it fails. Take science, for example. It does provide us with some answers, a bit. Often these are observable acts of causation. That is, if I do this, then that happens. However, the further science reaches into our existence, the further it fails to draw a conclusion. Too often when an observation is made, it is not conclusive, but instead it merely raises more questions. Science only works on the principle that seek and you will find. In other words, if we look, we will find something. The problem with science is that it only ever finds something. It never finds everything. That is because, at its core, it is inherently corrupt. I will show you this in more detail. Right now, the YouTube channel of Mr. Cup is determined to build a whole new perspective for humankind. To do this, there are a number of key issues that must be addressed, one by one. Together, these will paint a new picture of human existence and deliver a new landscape. There is a lot for me to do. This is a total rebuild of human knowledge and a complete redefinition of the human social sphere. And the outcome for people is that it will provide answers for all humankind. Let the 1,000 Years' War build momentum, and with it, the betterment of humankind. Let the following schedule give you everything that you need to understand your world. The titles of all of the following videos will answer the questions that they ask or qualify the statements that they make. And these are for you. Who are we? Is there a heaven? Is there life after death? Does God exist? Where is God? Who is He? Who is the devil? The devil, serpent, dragon. What is their identity? Is there an Armageddon? Where is the Ark of the Covenant? What do the Ten Commandments actually stand for? What does the term Holy Bible truly mean? What is the content of the book in the Revelation? Provide the little book from the Revelation. What is the answer to life, the universe and everything? What is gravity? Can quantum mechanics and Einstein's relativity be unified? What is dark matter? YHWH, the oldest word known to man and the Hebrew identity of God, deciphered. Man is 3 species, the textbook of everything. Science, the bottomless pit. What is commonology? What is the social sphere? Religion, moral guidance or fairy tales? How old is the universe? Science states 13.8 billion years. Creationism states 5,000 years. What is time? Can we define psychology? And so much more. The only language I speak is the truth. There is a lot to say. Keep watching, Mr. Cup.